Get ready.
This is the voice of Wayne America.
Lighten up, Francis.
With your host,
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Mike Carnes.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers?
My height.
Only at WayneAmerica.com.
The supernova's gonna kill us all.
Okay, this guy is the real zero, that's true. Let's just think back when you guys were freshmen, huh?
.com.
Greetings and welcome to the Voice of Wayne America podcast, and exclusive here on WayneAmerica.com. I'm Mike Carnes, your host here on the big show, and every week we talk about something going on here in Wayne. Sometimes we talk about events, sometimes we talk about people, but it's all about Wayne here on the Voice of Wayne America. And of course, we're in the second week of July, and in Wayne America, that means just one thing and one thing only. That means it's Chicken Show Week, and it's the 38th edition of the Wayne Chicken Show, taking place this weekend here in Wayne America. And with us on the program today from the Wayne Area Chamber of Commerce, we have Irene Fletcher and Abby Schademann to talk with us about the events that are going on and some of the fun stuff that's happening, and talk about the preparation for this year's event. Let's start with that, ladies. Obviously, a lot going on for this show once again, and looks like a lot of the preparations are in place and everything's ready to go.
Actually, we started preparations for this year's show probably before last year's show. We come up with ideas for the theme, and then immediately after last year's show, the committee meets, and we kind of have our punch list of comments that we heard along the way, what people liked, what people thought would be a great idea for next year, and we start putting those together. And so we've been working on this for almost a year now.
All right, Abby, what this is what your second or third chicken show that you've done here since you've come here? Or?
This is my second one officially
okay.
with the office. I helped out a little bit last year with planning, but really just to kind of help be there in case anybody needed anything the day of. So yeah. I guess technically my third one, but second one with the office.
Second one here since you've been at the office. So what's it been like getting ready for the show this year?
Super exciting, getting ready for everything. Just a lot of different details to work out, but our committee is great and they help out a lot with different things.
Yeah. The show gets started on Friday with Halloween. It's in downtown Wayne with activities going on there. And then, of course, the fireworks show on Friday night. And then on Saturday, we have the parade and a lot of things going on at Bressler Park. And then things conclude on Sunday. I know one of there's some new events going on this year. And you guys tell me a little bit about, I guess, first off, the water fights. And then also we're kind of doing the auction, the chicken auction a little bit differently this year, too. Let's start with the water fights. What's going on with that?
So we have a new event this year. One of our committee members brought it to the committee and really wanted to do it. It's a water fight between fire departments. So working out those details, because water fights haven't been done, I guess, to my knowledge, for a few years. So that's going to be held at the old pool location at 13th and Lincoln. So I believe we have about 5 teams coming that are going to be doing this event at 4 o'clock on Saturday when it's super hot out and people are ready to cool off. So it was really exciting to see that come from just as an idea all the way to being an actual event. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, now the people that are involved in the water fights, they're probably not going to be very cool because they're going to have all that fire gear on, aren't they?
You know what? I have never seen a firefight before, so I don't know if they wear that gear. Do you know?
I honestly don't know either. We just thought it would be a fun event because, like Abby said, we haven't had one in town for a long time. People were asking about it, and when you think of chicken show, you think of Saturday afternoon in the park, and it does get pretty warm and hot, and we thought how refreshing to have a water fight get splashed on a little bit at the end of the day. And so we started asking some questions and doing some polling, and it seems to come together. So we'll find out.
Yeah. Now, which fire departments are we competing in this event? We don't know yet.
We know Wayne, Wisner, 2 teams from Wisner, and there is, I'm blanking on the other one right now. But
I think the Wayne department will have a team in there. So.
Yep.
Okay.
But for sure, those 3. So
for sure, at least got 3 lads. You need at least 2 to have a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
You can only have one in a fight, but it just would look strange. So, and then the auction. Of course, the one of the fun parts of this event every year is the auction of the chickens. People in town will come to the chamber office and pick up a cement chicken, and they get to decorate it in whatever motif or style that they want. And there's always some really creative chickens that seem to be decorated every year, and then they're auctioned off, and it's kind of interesting some of the auctions that some of the prices some of these chickens bring, because there's some really good stuff there, and of course you get stuff like a Nebraska Husker chicken or a Kansas City Royals chicken. It usually ends up being two people fighting for that one particular chicken. But doing things up a little bit different this year. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we are still holding our cement chicken auction on Friday at 7 o'clock. But the thing that's different that we started last year was we did little cement chicks that we opened it up to kids to decorate, but then adults kind of got in on it too. So we opened it up for anybody to do this year, and we actually moved that auction to, instead of on Friday night, to Saturday afternoon in the park. So 1 o'clock there will be a cement chick auction that you can bid on a little chick for if you'd like.
We think we've been doing that cement chicken auction for about 20 years, and every year you think you're not going to be able to top what the chickens, the way they're decorated, and the money that were raised. And people often ask, what do we do with the money that we raise? We pride ourselves on the chicken show being a fowl family event, but we also like to put on a lot of free activities. People are able to come and enjoy the chicken show without spending a lot of money unless they choose to do that. So, for example, the games and contests don't cost anything to participate. The entertainment is always free, and so the money we raise at that cement chicken auction allows us to do those free events. But we thought we wanted a children's division. Oftentimes kids wanted to do a big cement chicken, but it was too big of a project. And the kids can't even lift those big chickens.
Yeah.
So we thought we found the little chicks, and we thought we'd do that. And we're going to change it up a little bit and split those into two auctions. So the big chicks on Friday and the little chicks on Saturday.
Now, who designs those or builds those chickens for the program every year?
We have two different vendors that are in the business of lawn decor. One company makes the big ones, has done it for a long time, and a different company has the little ones that we purchase for decorating.
Okay, because that's really kind of neat that these things these chickens are made available for these people to put out their best artist impression of a chicken or whatever, and it's a lot of fun to be part of. I know I actually bought a chicken a few years ago when I worked at the newspaper, and it was actually a chicken that had been covered in a copy of the I can't remember what date it was exactly, but I think it was a 1948 or 47 edition of the Wayne Herald.
Oh, cool.
And
that was the Q125 year, and it was like decoupaged, I believe.
Yeah, well, actually, it was after that, because it was after I moved here that I bought that. I just thought that was such a cool chicken, and it's still up at the office. I didn't take it with me when I left. I thought that was something that the newspaper could keep. But
it's fun because about Memorial Day or so, those chickens start appearing in the businesses. Many businesses decorate a cement chicken and end up buying back their own chicken. But there are a lot of people that bid on chickens just because they enjoy the theme or whatever the decor was, and they put them out on display. So it's fun to see those just as much as to see the new ones come in.
Yeah, it's also fun to see a battle being waged on the auction when you see two people. I know, like one year there was a Kansas City Royals chicken, and I know Wes Blecky and I can't think of who else the other one was, but there was a kind of a battle going on between the two of them, and one guy was on one side of the street and one was on the other side of the street, and it got to be like about a $350 bid for it. So I was like, this is just a cement chicken dressed up as a Kansas City Royal, but if you're passionate about your team, I guess you want to have something unique like that. So it was it's kind of fun to see how those auctions go on during the show. And of course, that'll be going on Main Street on Friday as part of the Halloween activities, and of course another part of the Halloween activities on Friday is the attempt to have the world's largest chicken dance, which happens around the corner of 2nd and Main Street. That'll happen around 6 o'clock, and the radio station, I know, they provide the music for that, and it's a lot of fun to see people of all ages taking part in that chicken dance as well.
And we always have the Wayne High cheerleaders as well as the Wayne State cheerleaders and dance squads help get the audience going and participating. And people always say, well, what does it take to have the world's largest chicken dance? We don't know. We've been doing it for years. We've been calling it that. We just get as many people as we can out in the street and just do the chicken dance just for fun.
Yeah, we haven't had the Guinness Book of World Records stop by to verify it.
No, we have not. But
and I don't think we need
until
to.
someone argues it, we hold the title, and it's just a fun way. It's the first event, the first scheduled event on Friday evening. So it's kind of that draw that okay, now it's time to get going with the show. We're going to do the chicken dance, and then we'll lead right into the stage events.
Yeah, and then there'll be stuff going on even before then as they close down Main Street, and some of the local businesses and some of the local vendors come in and set up their booths there too. So there'll be a lot of stuff leading up to that event. So you want to get down here early and get involved in stuff that's going on here with the 38th Annual Chicken Show. We're talking with Irene Fletcher and Abby Schademann from the Wayne Area Chamber here about the Chicken Show coming up this weekend here on the Voice of Wayne America podcast. And I did want to take a moment to recognize our sponsor, Providence Medical Center. They're proud to announce the addition of a new surgical procedure that they now offer at the hospital called shoulder arthroscopy. The surgical procedure is for those who have rotator cuff injuries where the surgeon inserts a tiny camera and the necessary instruments through small incisions in the shoulder rather than doing an open procedure with a large incision. Dr. Joseph Caro specializes in orthopedic surgery for Providence Medical Center. He is also the team physician for Wayne State Athletics and also offers his expertise for a number of high schools here in the area. For more information, check out Providence Medical Center's website at www.providencemedical.com. That's Providence Medical Center, extraordinary care rooted in compassion. Here on the Voice of Wayne America podcast, it is Chicken Show Week here in Wayne America, and the 38th edition of the Wayne Chicken Show will be taking place beginning Friday and continuing on through Sunday with activities at the airport and just a ton of stuff going on. If you say you're bored in Wayne this weekend, you're not trying very hard because there's a lot of great stuff that'll be going on during the Chicken Show. Irene, I know a lot of fun activities that are always part of this event.
There are, and this year with our theme being Welcome to Fabulous Wayne America and kind of a takeoff Las Vegas, the back of the t-shirt design is the poker dogs, only they're poker chicks, and you might see some familiar faces represented there. But we thought one more activity that we've done in the past that we really enjoyed and was a lot of fun was our egg roulette. And how can we have a Vegas theme without doing egg roulette? So we brought back egg roulette for Friday night as well. We're inviting specific members of the community to play egg roulette for their favorite charity. So we do have funds that will be divided up amongst the winners of that event. But it is they'll play for their favorite charity, and the idea is you'll have some raw eggs and some hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
And play egg roulette that way. So we'll do that also Friday on the stage. Now,
is the winner the one that gets egg on their face, or is it or the one that doesn't get egg on their face? 'Cause I know some years it's been one way and some years it's been the other.
We're not going to tell until we get there because you don't want to show your hand, right?
Sure.
So,
Hey, wow, you know your poker, Irene. I'm impressed.
We're learning.
So, well, that's one of the events that'll be happening this weekend, and I know a lot of stuff on Halloween happening downtown. I think the theater's got some stuff that they're going to be doing for the kids, and so there's a lot of great stuff happening just to get things started on Friday night.
There'll be kids games scattered all around town because, yes, the Majestic Theater is sponsoring some kids' activities as well as some other groups and organizations that will be doing that out on the street. One of the things that we had struggled with for a couple of years is finding someone to sponsor the teen dance. It's always well attended. The kids love it. They show up. It's a lot of fun, but we haven't always been able to find a group that wanted to sponsor and chaperone that. And this year, the Majestic Theater, again, stepped up.
As well as Wayne State College, too, is sponsoring that.
Right, to put that teen dance on. So we'll have the teen dance on Friday night at 10, thanks to Wayne State College and the Majestic Theater.
All right, and then the fireworks show on Friday night. Fireworks will be shot out there by the rugby complex, and I've already talked to Brian Gibson about that. We did a story last week on WayneAmerica.com about his fun hobby as a pyrotechnician, and he's going to be doing the show out there Friday night, and that's kind of the capper on Friday's activities, and it's always a big attended event, and KTCH Radio is syncing their music to the show, so it's going to be that'll be a great capper to the evening.
And we appreciate all those business and individuals that have contributed to the Light Up the Sky fireworks event. People have been very, very generous to contribute to that account so that we can have that fireworks display as part of Chicken Show.
Yeah, and then Saturday things get started early, 7 o'clock in the morning. Chicken run starting at the parking lot at Providence Medical Center, and they'll run around on the north side of town there, run through the campus of Wayne State College, and come back. You got co-ed sand volleyball. I think we got a softball tournament going on as well. So a lot of sports activities going on, and then of course the big stuff on Saturday includes the parade and all the stuff in Bressler Park, including the National Cluck-Off, which is the kind of the crown jewel of this weekend for Chicken Days. So Saturday will be a busy day starting early.
Oh yeah, so long day, but it's always a fun day, and man, those people that compete in the Cluck-Off, they really do sound realistic. If you have your eyes closed, you definitely think you are in the barnyard. So.
Yeah, and I don't know if the guy who won it last year, I know he's kind of been one of these guys that kind of lays low on the roost a little bit, and waits to see what. If there are others involved, but I know that when he comes on and performs, he does a fantastic rooster.
Really does get into it. It's awesome to watch him.
Yeah,
And he's been a great mentor for the younger ones too, because he always works with the young kids in the 13 and under division, and those kids that place first, second, and third. He's always coaching them, and he always wants to know when they're going to turn 14 and be in the adult division, and he gives them tips and helps them along, and we always think that's fun to see that mentoring and that support of the kids. We really feel like the Chicken Show is based on a safe environment for kids to have fun and participate, and we encourage kids to come forward and play all the games and activities. Again, there's no cost, it's just for fun. Yes, there are some prize categories in some of them, but it's just fun to get out and play those games. Yeah. Some of them are team things, so when we do the egg toss, you work that, Mike.
Yeah.
You see moms and sons and dads and daughters and siblings, and just everybody makes a team and just has fun in the street, and the same for the egg drop. And so we do enjoy everyone getting out and everyone having a chance. We used to say sometimes when you look at the contest sheets at the end of the event, it's like the out-of-towners always had the edge, because you would see names from all across the United States that were here for the Chicken Show. Either they are related to family, or they might just have been traveling and just picked out this particular event to attend. But we do get people from across the states to come and participate. And they always say how much fun it is, and that they can get out and play those games for fun.
In the Cluck-Off, the thing about that is it is built kind of a nationwide reputation. I know that Johnny Carson made it famous when he did the Tonight Show many years ago, and had representatives from Wayne come up and Cluck-Off on the Tonight Show, and then of course the last several years it's been won by people from out of town. I know Joel Bavra is the guy that I couldn't think of his name there earlier, but his name came to mind. But he's from Crete, Nebraska, a farmer out there by Crete, and I know there was a guy from Arkansas that won it a number of years in a row, and so this event, one single event, it's part of a weekend of activities, but it really draws people from all over the country. And I remember last year we had kids from Colorado and Oregon and Washington, and I think one year there was a film TV show in England that came to Wayne just to cover this Chicken Show, and so we had some English chickens in the Cluck-Off that year. So it's an event that it's really just one event in a weekend of activities, but it has such a big draw that draws a lot of people into town.
And then we see that as a marketing opportunity. We love our community. We love to show off our community, not just during Chicken Show, but all year long. But the Chicken Show gives us a focus and gives us an excuse to really have some fun and show show off what's all available to those people that visit us.
Yeah. The parade gets started at 9:30 on Saturday morning. That'll run through downtown Wayne. It'll go north up Highway 15, and then it will eventually wind up in Bressler Park. And then, of course, the chicken show very much moves there from there and is there for the rest of the afternoon. There's everything from the little chick auction, which we talked about first. There'll be a contest with the best chicken legs. There's a chicken scratch. They have a little pile of sand with a bunch of quarters in it. The little kids dig for some money, and I don't know if the adults go in afterward and get what's left, or I don't hang around for that event. So
you don't come out there with your metal detector.
I don't, maybe I should, but
Mike.
I know, it's as many quarters are out there. I could sit behind a video game machine for a couple of days if I could.
We never know if they found them all. We seed that with over $400 worth of quarters, so that's a lot of quarters. That's out a lot of quarters. We divide it up into little kids and big kids, and once the actual contest is done, then anybody that wants to play in the sand can. But we just never know if all those quarters get claimed or not. We have to think that they eventually do.
Yeah, eventually I would think that would all get cleaned out. So, and of course you got the hard-boiled egg eating contest, which is you have to have an iron stomach to compete in that. That's just there's a couple times that I've gotten a little woozy, because of the
when you're counting eggs. Just a little tip for you: if you're a judge and the guy that you're counting for starts shaking, stand back. Pizza Hut's been a loyal sponsor of that event. They sponsored that contest since the very beginning days of it, and we've been doing that for a long, long time. People often ask, "What's the record?" And the most memorable record was the 34th annual chicken show. The winner ate 34 eggs for the 34th annual. And honestly, he did that because we had a tie and we had to eat off. And then there was another tie. There was 2 eat-offs, I think. And then we had another eat-off to get to that 34. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something else. And, of course, afterwards you got, after the cluck off, you have events like the rubber chicken tossing contest and the egg toss, the egg drop. As Abby mentioned earlier, the water wars going on. And then things kind of cap off with some live music. There's going to be some live music at the Wayne Community Auditorium with the Sons of Satan, which is a local band that has been around for longer than I've been alive, which is at least 29 years, and maybe a little more. But and then also at the Beaumont Saturday night, Logan Miles will be performing out there. So just a ton of activities to go on Saturday, and then Sunday is a little more subdued, but still stuff going on Sunday. You have flying out at the airport. Also, have a car show going on out at the airport as well, and the last chick poker run. And so things kind of wind down on Sunday, but it's a full weekend. You're not going to be lacking for something to do in Wayne this weekend.
We hope that we provided a variety of activities for an audience, so something for everyone to do. Friday seems to be the day where we have a lot of people, alumni day, you might say. A lot of people are coming back to town for Friday, and then Saturday in the park seems to be more of a tourist focused, and then Sunday is just that like you said, that winding down day. There is food served out at the airport, so people can come out and have breakfast, lunch, brunch, whatever. Admire all the vehicles in the car show, and then we like to say, then the chicken show leaves the roost with the poker run, and that group travels around, and they end up later that evening at the White Dog. But the proceeds from that benefit a local charity, and this year the local charity will be Haven House. So really excited that. Not only is the chicken show an important event for our community, but because of the different events and activities that groups and organizations participate in, that there is a charity angle to it as well.
Yeah, so it's a great weekend of activities. And Abby, if people are looking for a complete listing of events, where can they go?
Chickenshow.com has the complete listing of events. Otherwise, there are brochures around town that you can pick up and would have a, for the most part, completed agenda. There's been a few things that have changed, but otherwise, for the most part, those are complete. So
yeah, and I know the Chicken Show T-shirts have always been a big hit too. You still have any of those available?
We do have some T-shirts available. There are a few places in town that still have them available as well. Otherwise, you can always pick one up on Friday or Saturday at our collectibles table.
And you guys still have the bubble shooters?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
And we have a few new collectibles this year as well, too. So be sure to stop by because you'll definitely want to check them out.
Yeah, I was meaning to get a bubble shooter for my granddaughter last year, and I let it get by last year. But I definitely got to get a bubble shooter for her so that she needs to have something to annoy mom and dad with at home.
Exactly.
We sold out of the bubble shooters last year. We had someone on the committee had found them and brought them to us, and we found out where we could get a hold of them, and we ordered them in, and we thought we had plenty, and we sold out. So we knew we'd reorder those again this year, and they're definitely a hit.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely have to get one of those. So the Wayne Chicken Show is going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here in Wayne, America. Activities getting started with Halloween downtown Friday afternoon and evening, and then of course activities going all day on Saturday, and then finishing up with some activities out at the airport on Sunday. And like I said, if you come to Wayne this weekend, you can't find anything to do, you're really not trying very hard, because there's a lot of great stuff that'll be going on here during the Chicken Show, the 38th edition of the Wayne Chicken Show here in Wayne, America. Irene, Abby, thanks a lot for talking with us this week, and I know you guys are looking forward to next week when things can wind down a little bit and you can kind of relax a little, I'm sure.
Oh, we're still looking forward to this weekend. It will be a clucking good time.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of The Voice of Wayne America here on WayneAmerica.com. Again, I want to thank Irene Fletcher and Abby Schademann from the Wayne Area Chamber of Commerce talking about this year's show. And as I said earlier, all the information you can look up on the show is available on the website at www.chickenshow.com. I thank our sponsors from Providence Medical Center, and thank you for tuning in. We'll have another edition of Voice of Wayne America coming up soon here on WayneAmerica.com. Until then, this is Mike Carnes, and we will see you later.